investment, or a specialized media solution for your business, we are here to serve you. KBC at Huduma Centers, moving closer to you. Your station, your service.
Well, you're just in time for the latest in the country and beyond our borders. These are some of the stories making headlines at this hour. My name is Abdiaziz. Hashim, the sign language interpreter at the bottom end of the screen is Lensa Odingo. We start on security-related matters, where the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Eliud Lagat, has assured Kenyans that adequate security measures have been put in place ahead of the June 25th commemorative demonstrations. Lagat said the National Police Service will protect the constitutional right to peaceful assembly, but warned that any acts of violence, vandalism or disruption of public order will be dealt with firmly. Speaking at the Treasury Square grounds in Mombasa during the launch of an economic empowerment program that saw 25 youths from low-income households receive tuk-tuks to support their livelihoods, the DIG noted that unemployment remains one of the key drivers of insecurity in the coast region.
Kenyans wataendelea na kazi zao. Wale wanataka watalete fujo watakabiliwa na mtindo wa sheria, lakini Wakenya wako huru kufanya kazi zao, hamna shida. We will provide security to all Kenyans. Na wale watalete fujo we will arrest them, but peace will prevail. Tumesema goons na criminal banker boys, name them. Hatutaki wasumbue watu wa Mombasa. Na nataka kutumia nafasi hii kuwaonya na kuwaambia kwamba mkono wa serikali haina nafasi ya goons.
Now, as the world marked the International Day of Yoga, hundreds of Kenyans joined members of the Diplomatic Corps at Nairobi's Visa Oshwal grounds in Westlands, Nairobi County to celebrate the ancient practice known for promoting physical and mental well-being. The event, organized by the Indian High Commission Office, underscored the growing popularity of yoga in Kenya as a simple and accessible path to healthier living.
Both your legs with the knees straight at a 30-degree angle. Am I audible? You may relax your hands as we move. Standing forward. If you have a stiff back, please do this accordingly. If you have severe...
So I was very happy to see that a large number of people have joined us today. We feel that there is a lot of potential for yoga to become more popular in Kenya. As the High Commission of India in Kenya, we organize daily yoga classes at the High Commission, and we would welcome people to join those yoga classes and be a part of this yoga journey.
The government has been urged to formalize daycare services and strengthen standards and safety measures for childcare providers in the country. Players in the sector emphasize the need for regulatory frameworks, quality assurance mechanisms and improved oversight to ensure safe, accessible and high-quality care for young children. The recommendations were highlighted during the dissemination of research findings by the Population Council Kenya, which focused on the need for scaling up the centers to reduce effects of unpaid care work among women in low-income settings in the capital.
Childcare plays a critical role, and especially so in urban areas, as many working mothers struggle to balance paid work with taking care of their children. A research by Population Council Kenya into the social franchise model of daycare centers by Tiny Totos recorded improved outcomes of developmental milestone for children who attended daycares.
Mothers whose children are going to this daycare service for about 14 days and above in a month seems to have better outcomes in terms of developmental milestones, growth and nutrition, which says a lot about the program and activities going on.
Dr. Timothy Abuya, the lead researcher on the social franchise care model, noted that improving of services of daycares significantly helped free women to contribute in economic activities.
When you improve services that women seek in these childcare services, it reduces the amount of time they spend on unpaid. And how does that work? In 3 ways. Number one, women who then take their children to daycare services have less time to do the childcare roles they would have taken. So that time, they would go and do something else.
Judy Masharia, head of community services in Nairobi County, said the research will help to inform policy development in the childcare space.
The research on the social franchise daycare model provides important evidence on how we can better support families while improving outcome for children. It also offers practical insights on how such models can be strengthened, scaled, and integrated into broader childcare systems.
Faith Kamande of Toto Plus Daycare called for formalization of daycares in Kenya, noting this will improve safety standards and the overall outcomes of children in these centers.
I think the biggest challenge has been that daycares have not been recognized. The fact that we don't even have a policy on the same, it means we are on free flow. Everybody is doing as they wish. We don't have any standards, any minimum requirements that for you to be able to take in somebody's child, you should have been able to go through a certain basic training.
Players in the sector were urged to use the evidence presented to strengthen childcare systems and help reduce the burden of unpaid care work and improve outcomes for children and families across Nairobi County. Caroline Kamau for Lunchtime News.
Kileleshwa Ward MCA aspirant Robert Omamo has officially launched his campaign for the 2027 general election, pledging to address long-standing challenges facing residents of the ward. Speaking during the launch, Omamo said Kileleshwa has been neglected for years with poor representation, particularly on issues relating to unplanned development and insecurity. He pledged to champion legislations that will provide lasting solutions for the people of Kileleshwa.
I have a vision for Kileleshwa. Kileleshwa has been neglected for a long time. There's been misrepresentation of the issues of Kileleshwa ward, and what I promise is to bring legislation that will address all the issues that affect Kileleshwa people, especially with regards to unplanned development, with regards to insecurity.
Still on the political front, chaos erupted during the funeral service of the late Silas Baraza, a brother to the Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza, at Kabondi Primary School in Mumias East constituency after the area MP Peter Salasia was ejected from the event by supporters allegedly linked with the former area MP Benjamin Washiali. The confrontation occurred after Salasia criticized Western Kenya legislators for supporting the finance bill in the National Assembly, claiming the legislation was oppressive to Kenyans. This and more stories is in our political. Here's some of the stories making headlines in the political arena. These were the scenes in Mumias East, Kakamega County, where Mumias East lawmaker Peter Salasia was ejected from a funeral service of the late Silas Baraza, a brother to the Kakamega Governor Fernandez Baraza, at Kabondi Primary School following his remarks. The confrontation occurred after Salasia criticized Western Kenya legislators for supporting the finance bill in the National Assembly. Elsewhere, top leaders from Narok County, drawn from both the national and county governments, have called for a lasting peace in Kilgoris and the larger Transmara region, areas that have frequently experienced conflict.
Kwa ile amani ambayo upo na tunaomba ya kwamba jamii yetu ya Transmara, jamii zote watu wanaishi hapa,
tuweze kuunganisha wananchi wote. Tusiwe sisi viongozi ndio tunagawanyisha wananchi kwa mistari yoyote ile.
Meanwhile, Busia County Ford Kenya Chairman and National Executive Committee member Emmanuel Osore has officially defected to ODM, dealing a major blow to the party's grassroots leadership in the county ahead of the 2027 general election.
Ni uamuzi ambao nimefanya, na nimefanya uamuzi sio peke yangu. Nimefanya uamuzi kulingana na watu wangu wa Matayos.
Finally, a section of Samia elders have endorsed Ambassador Josephine Ojiambo for the Funyula parliamentary seat ahead of the 2027 general election.
Ni sababu tunataka kuendeleza uongozi wa jamii yetu Ababukaki. Ababukaki tunataka kuleta maendeleo hapa Samia. Samia hapa tunataka mabadiliko hapa chini.
Elsewhere, as betting firms expand their footprint across Kenya, stakeholders are urging young people to bet responsibly, warning that unchecked betting can lead to financial hardship, addiction and other social challenges. Experts have advised the country's youth to view betting as entertainment rather than a source of income, and to set strict limits on their spending and participation. Maluin Operations Director Evans Oma also called for the adherence to age restrictions and supportive government policies to enable the industry to contribute positively to the economy.
Betting is just for enjoyment, and we have had issues whereby young people, after losing so much, they become depressed and they tend to lose it. So my advice to the young youth there is that bet with breaks. If you feel you are losing too much, take a break from betting.
Know your limits. Jua penye unafaa. Wacha leo nifikishe nimekuliwa thao. Wacha nitosheke hivyo.
Kenya is seeking to expand its global identity beyond wildlife and safaris by positioning its cuisine as a new cultural and economic brand. Industry stakeholders argue that food offers a powerful way to tell the country's story while opening up opportunities in tourism, hospitality and agriculture.
Tourism here in Kenya has mostly been about the safaris, the destination, and probably the athletes and the people. However, there is more Kenya has to offer, and that is the food and the culture. So when we integrate our food into this and our cultures, we can promote Kenya even more.
Kenya, we have left our own cuisines and gone for the international one. So we thought, why not sell Kenya also with our food? If we can sell us with our food, then we can create relationships, we can create partnerships, we can create also unity with other multinational.
You realize that each and every country is trying as much as possible to market their food, because that is one area of which people have realized that food also can promote tourism, and you'll find that in most cases you find that the Chinese, the Japanese, and so forth are working or going all around the world marketing their food.
It is exactly 12 minutes past the hour. We need to take a short breather. We'll be back with more, including sports, so don't go too far.
just over the head of Harrods, but there is the finish from Dennis Undav. The substitute has got Germany level. And his great goal-scoring record at international level.
Now determination from Undav. That's what's called, a striker. And what was missing, first half from Germany in the last few minutes, and great coaching, and great decision from Nagelsmann to have Undav on the pitch. And we see the decision just, paid off.
Dial *977# or download my Power app to access Kenya Power services fast and easy. Kenya Power, nuru ya Kenya.
Kwanza kabisa, mitandao ya kijamii imeongeza uhalifu mitandaoni. Kumekuwa na visa vingi vya utapeli, wizi wa utambulisho, ulaghai wa kifedha na unyanyasaji mitandaoni, hasa kimapenzi na kijinsia.
Mnaposema kuwa mitandao hii inaendeleza propaganda, sio mitandao, ni watu walio katika mitandao. Na kwa hivyo mitandao hii inafanya nini? Inatafuta njia za kuweza kuondoa watu kama hao mitandaoni hiyo ili watu waweze kuendelea kwa usalama.
Tofautisha sauti zifuatazo ukizingatia uzuiliwaji wa hewa. Sauti nya na ya.
Nya ni kingongo na sauti ya ni kiyeyusho.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Now, Mombasa Governor Abdul Samad Sharif Nasir is set to roll out a comprehensive nutrition support initiative targeting pregnant women following significant investment in digitization of healthcare services across the county. The program will provide nutritious meals and dietary support to expectant mothers. The initiative will leverage the county's newly digitized health system to identify beneficiaries, monitor maternal health indicators and ensure efficient service delivery across health facilities. According to the county government, the initiative will reduce pregnancy-related complications and ensure healthier pregnancies and safer deliveries.
We have been talking about this for a long time as a county government. As a matter of fact, a number of counties actually are going to emulate what Mombasa is doing. And this is the concept of digitizing our health systems end to end. There is no reason why someone has to collect a piece of paper, walk with it all the way to the doctor. Biometrics, the doctor will be able to access the medical information that actually this patient is a medicine peddler, in the sense that they just love to be able to go to hospital. You can be able to now assess and see all this.
Now to a rather tragic turn of events, residents of Laria village in Laikipia County are demanding justice following the brutal murder of a 65-year-old woman and her 40-year-old son. The two were found dead with deep neck wounds in an incident that has shocked the local community. The bodies of Lucy Mbogo and her son, John Mbogo, were discovered in separate houses in Laria village. Preliminary investigations indicate that the mother was allegedly lured from her home before both were attacked and killed. Police have moved the bodies to Nyahururu County Referral Hospital mortuary and launched investigations to establish the motive and arrest those responsible.
Tumehuzunika zaidi
na ninatuma labirabi zangu kwa watu wa kijiji hiki baada ya mama wa miaka 65 na kijana wake kupata wameuawa kwa nyumba. Hatujai kuwa na mambo kama haya hapa kwa area hii, na hili jambo limetuhuzunisha, na ninaomba serikali ituhakikishie na ituonyeshe kiini mwenye ametenda hiki kitendo ametoka sehemu gani.
Ile kitu ya muhimu ni ati watoto wanasema wanajua, walisikia shosho yao waliitwa, akapelekwa na majagiri kwa nyumba ya kijana yake, akauliwa kwa kitanda ya kijana yake na akalalishwa hapo. Hatujui nini ilisababisha afanyiwe hivyo, ni makosa gani amefanya. Kijana yake tumemkuta ameuliwa table room na mama kwa kitanda ya kijana yake.
Calls have been made for the introduction of mentorship programs in schools, noting this could play a pivotal role in shaping students' character, guiding their decision-making and promoting positive behavior. Elizabeth Mutuku, the founder of the Lisa Foundation International, said mentorship can help students navigate academic, social and personal challenges they face from time to time and strengthen discipline among students. Elizabeth was speaking during a mentorship program in Kamanzi Primary Kagundo constituency that brought together 6 schools from the area.
From different schools where you are an alumni. Ni kitu bora kurejea kule, kuwaongelesha, kuwahimiza, kuwamenta, wakuwe watu wa maana. Sio kila wakati unaona tu masuala ya siasa tu wakati wa siasa peke yake. Kuna ubora katika kurejesha mkono katika jamii ambazo tumetoka ndani yake.
Residents of Koitebes and Kipkorom location in Mogoto constituency, Baringo County, are now able to communicate using their mobile devices following the erection of a telecommunication mast. The residents, who initially walked for kilometers in search of a connectivity network, welcomed the move, saying it had finally opened up the region. The development follows a directive by President William Ruto during a tour of the region earlier this year. Baringo County is said to benefit from an additional 54 telecommunication masts.
Samani hatukukuwa Kenya, tulikuwa mbali sana, lakini tumekuja Kenya. Sasa sisi tuko kama watu wengine. Tulikuwa tunataka kutuma pesa, tunaenda na pikipiki mpaka Saos.
Ndipo maana tukaambiwa kwamba inapaswa ama mradi huu uweze kukamilika kabla ya ama ifikapo miezi mitatu.
This now implementation of the sites is going to provide coverage and also to enhance security in those areas, and also USF program by the government and education.
So you'll find many developments will spring up around this place. Remittances from elsewhere, people start transmitting money to their parents in the local areas.
Elsewhere, a 17-year-old student who was shot dead by police during the anti-Ebola quarantine facility protest in Nyanyuki town, Laikipia County, has been laid to rest. 17-year-old Sylvester Muigai Ndugu was laid to rest at Kaiti village, Laikipia, West County, in a low-key funeral ceremony with close family members and friends occasionally breaking down. Unable to withstand the pain of losing a young, promising life, Sylvester, a devoted altar boy, had hoped to be a Catholic priest one day. Unlike many public funerals, no political leaders or local administrators attended the burial. Mourners have called for justice.
Niseme ya kwamba kijana Sylvester alikutana na kifo chake wakati ambapo wananchi Wananyuki walipokuwa wakiandamana kusema ya kwamba Ebola facility isijengwe pale Nanyuki.
Tuko na uchungu mwingi sana sababu kijana alikuwa kanisa letu wa area yetu pale tunakaa, na ni haki inastahili kuitishwa na sisi wote wa Kenya sababu ni mtoto mdogo aliuliwa bure kabisa.
Na ningetaka kwamba serikali watupe haki ya kijana wetu, because we all have rights of demonstrations. Please, the police, stop killing us. We all have the right to demonstrate.
The government and a broader society is being urged to safeguard the rights of the elderly persons in the country. Concerns are rife that cases of abuse, neglect, poor healthcare access and discrimination of elderly persons are on the rise, leaving them vulnerable. Stakeholders are calling on the government to work closely with organizations that champion the welfare of older persons by increasing awareness and putting in place elderly-specific healthcare services to prevent severe suffering from what are otherwise manageable conditions.
We have so many kind of abuse that our elderly are going through. Most of them is neglect from family members. Some are very lonely. Some are also violated. That is what we want to bring out clearly and let us be heard advocating for these rights. And we also request the government to join hands with us stakeholders dealing with the elderly.
I would urge the government to set up or establish an office for the older persons at every sub-county, where we can have the social workers, we can have the law enforcers go and pick the grievances that they deliver there so that these issues can be addressed and we try to minimize especially the abuse.
Now, hundreds of residents from Maweni village in Kanamai, Kilifi County have been left homeless after their houses were allegedly demolished by hired goons. Residents claim the goons had been deployed by a private developer claiming ownership of the disputed land. The affected residents are now appealing to the government to help them reclaim a 60-acre piece of land they say is being grabbed by a developer. Speaking on behalf of the residents, village elder Said Hiribai condemned the demolitions, harassment and intimidation allegedly being carried out against the community.
Huyu bwenyenye ambao anatuvunjia kama ana haki basi tuende kotini. Sisi tumeenda na court, tuna court order, lakini hatujui shida inatoka wapi.
Kutuvunjia nyumba, kuchukua nguo zetu, mabagi yetu, watoto wetu hawajui wataenda wapi wala watakaa wapi. Sisi wenyewe hivi mnavyoniona, basi nimevunjiwa hivi, basi hizi nguo ni hizi tayari.
Vunjiwa safari ya kwanza, vunjiwa safari ya pili, vunjiwa safari ya tatu. Kwani hii serikali si tusaidie jamani, na sisi tupate makao ya kuishi.
Nataka serikali tusaidie kwa sababu sasa kama mimi niko na watoto na niko na wajukuu na bwanangu alikufa, nitawapeleka wapi?
Kenya will have to embrace genetically modified organisms, technology GMOs, to sustainably feed its rapidly growing population and increase food demand. Speaking during a corporate social responsibility visit to Isiolo School for the Deaf, Director of Legal Services at the National Biosafety Authority, Moses Sunday, noted that the country needs technologies that can help produce crops and livestock that are resistant to drought, disease and other challenges brought about by climate change. He also said that awareness creation is necessary to address the misconceptions surrounding GMOs and prepare the country for future food security challenges.
There's quite a bit of misinformation and disinformation about genetically modified organisms, but we want to assure Kenyans that why we have the National Biosafety Authority in place, set up by government, well staffed by scientists who are well qualified, is to ensure that any GMO that is out there in the market is safe for all Kenyans. Whenever a trader or a researcher wants to put his or her product which is GM in the market, he or she must first seek approval from National Biosafety Authority. We check, inspect and ensure that that product is safe to be released to the market, and therefore any product out there, once it's certified by National Biosafety Authority, be sure that it's safe for the public.
Elsewhere, the acting chief executive officer of the National Government Constituencies Development Fund, NGCDF, Benjamin Magut, has assured stakeholders of the fund's commitment to collaborate with the county governments to operationalize stalled projects across the country. Now, Magut emphasized his office is determined to ensure all projects funded through the kitty are completed and utilized effectively for the benefit of the public. He spoke during the visit to Awendo constituency to inspect several projects completed under NGCDF.
In terms of Awendo, we have this financial year of 25-26 alone, we are doing at least 24 classrooms, new classrooms, 24 of them. With bursary, Mheshimiwa and the team has allocated almost 53 million shillings for bursary.
There are many schools which are in need and the money is not enough. So we try to utilize whatever little that we have properly to ensure that, and we also balance. We want to make sure that all the regions or all the schools within Awendo constituency, like you know, we have 4 wards in this constituency, but we try balancing in such a way that all the wards receive the same facelift.
Zamani walikuwa wanajenga lakini si kama wakati hii naona kama wameongezwa. So naomba kama hii pesa bado inaweza ongezwa, shule inaweza kuwa na kila kitu.
Now here's the latest in the world of sports as top swimmers from different clubs in Kenya are set to converge at the Aga Khan Academy, Mombasa on the 26th to the 28th this month for the Inter-Club Championship. Visa Dolphins Swim Club athlete, that is Hussein Wario, has expressed optimism as they gear up for the upcoming championship where he aims to secure a pivotal spot on the national team. Fresh from a highly competitive outing at the Kenya Aquatics National Long Course Championship at the Kasarani Aquatic Stadium, where he battled elite swimmers for a chance to represent Team Kenya at the upcoming Commonwealth Games in Glasgow. Wario is now channeling that experience into his preparations for the Coastal Challenge. Now to the global showpiece. Japan marked the 1000th FIFA World Cup match with a convincing 4-0 win over Tunisia. Ayasu Ueda scored twice, while Daichi Kamada and Junior Ito also found the net as Japan moved level with the